What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another banger from Lord Pegasus. This one's titled, Hasan's friends are turning on him big time. Well, I mean, now, of all times, is kind of ironically funny, because when he, could have helped them, when he should have helped them, when they needed him, when they were all getting sued by Ethan Klein, he decided to just dip and ignore them and act like they didn't even exist. So, I mean, dang, I wonder what he did finally, for them to start turning on him. And which ones. I think it was a couple videos back where Casey Tron pretty much stated that, yeah, she asked Hasan for help, and Hasan pretty much just, waved her off like it was nothing. So it's like, damn, that's not surprising. But before we get fully into this, check out w.gg. Everything's going to be down in the comment section below. They are the official channel sponsor, and they have all sorts of zero sugar energy supplements, non-jittery, interesting flavors. So let's get into this, guys, and use my code TacticalGaming90 for 10% off.
A series so legend, wait for it, dairy, even Barney Stinson subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is back being a hyper-capitalist, advertising his merch on Twitter. He was posing with Kaya, and people are not happy. He's definitely not real. PR Squad is working hard to promote 500 articles about him. He's now losing a bunch of his lefty friends after they realize he's completely insane. He has responded to Democrats distancing themselves from him by coping hard on stream. He claims everybody suffers from Hasan derangement syndrome.
Oh,
and that
jeez.
People are simply drama obsessed. Of course,
stop doing stupid shit.
He is ulting hard, blaming everything on Israel. Kaya
That's not surprising.
Agree. He's claiming he's a selfless person.
No, he's not.
To help the masses. What
How?
A great guy.
How?
Hasan is now being canceled by even more universities. Students from Michigan State are...
That's too ironic. He helps people. No, he don't. Like, shoot, most rich people don't help people. Are you serious? Like, shoot, I've been running a GoFundMe for like almost 6 months, and the only people who've donated were my friends. Liberals who've commented have just sent horrendous things to me, so it's like, no, people like you don't help people.
For his anti-Semitism, he's getting compared to figures like Nick Fuentes.
For good reason.
Having a classic Diddy Piker crash out, the White Hasan, aka iDubbbz, is back, and he's desperately trying to defend Hasan's Cuba trip. He's going after
He's an idiot.
Again, calling him a lonely, hateful man. Ironic.
Right.
Subscribe or you gotta wear Hasan Piker merch 24/7.
No, thank you.
Asking to get bullied. You're cocked. Now let's begin. Right, welcome back everybody to the Chronicles of Diddy Piker. So last time, Hasan was calling himself the Charlie Kirk of the left.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Emotion, and he should be respected and revered.
I am the Charlie Kirk of the Democrats, except, I think I have more motion. Charlie Kirk didn't really have that much motion.
He was also getting cucked by Stanford University, downsizing his event for some unknown reason, possibly no motion, or possibly too much backlash.
This literally was a 1,000 person venue that was sold out. They swapped it to a
sold out
50 person.
You know, when most people say something sold out, they kind of show you, hey, look, it's sold out. Why would they do this? Now they have to reimburse all these people money. I think you're lying, Hasan.
Venue instead. Take a march, do one outside. Oh, guys, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna go outside, dude.
After mingling with
yeah, come on. Why would he go outside? He's too good to go outside. Come on now. Like, look at his skin tone. You think he spends time outside?
Billionaires at Oscar parties, he's embracing his inner capitalism. He has now released some new merch, and he's posing with Kaya. Hasan did a merch plug on Twitter, and the comments weren't
that poor dog.
Right here we got Hasan, I'm in New York City. Also, it's a new drop day. And we got the Diddy Piker pose with Kaya.
That poor dog.
Very
that poor dog.
being shocked 1,000,000 times, of course. That poor dog looks like it was shocked numerous times just to get that photo. No, Kaya. Bro, tell me that's not the Zap Zap remote in your right hand. Why, Hasan-san? And we got the shock collar. And he's apparently posing here. That's the remote for the shock collar, isn't it? Listen, I wouldn't put it past Hasan.
Neither would I.
Strapping. He's always strapping, okay? You never know when you need to shock your dog, right? Hasan actually talking about his dog with that shirt. Your freedom is not guaranteed. That's actually diabolical.
That's pretty accurate.
Remember, this was a photo shoot. That was the happiest Kaya the dog looked the whole time. Yeah, dude, you couldn't get a picture where she was actually looking a little more.
Where's PETA at?
You know, maybe
where are all the liberal people who love animals?
Of you destroying the shock collar. I'm sure that will get her to perk up, you know? What am I supposed to wear if I can't wear my $5,000 Gucci Rolex drip around impoverished Cuba? Should I just wear scraps? By the way, here's my new merch drop. Shirts are $40. If only you knew how bad things really are. You know, I bet Kaya loves it when Hasan actually travels because that's the little bit of freedom she actually gets.
Right.
She essentially stays at Hasan's mom's house or whatever, and then she gets spoiled, right? Allowed to actually move around the house.
Without getting shocked.
Kaya. Free me! Fixed it. I went to Cuba, and all I got was a fat streamer's paycheck. Pretty accurate.
Yes.
We got this guy. Here come all the right-wing freaking morons who do not know what socialism is with the same old tired shit of wealthy social...
Hey, just an average guy, do you know what socialism is? Probably do. Not. Because then it's like you're saying, here comes all the right-wingers. You clearly don't know what socialism is, my guy. Like, you don't.
Followed by all their idiotic shit. So you actually have
I love it. These people are dumb.
After the whole Cuba trip, bro. Like,
right?
If after that you still think this is just right-wing morons shitting on him, you're completely out of touch. Dude, this guy went there under the guise of a humanitarian mission to flex on the brokies, to pepper them with wads of death, as he's just
it's the same fucking room. It's his hotel room. He did not go to a friend's house.
He actually has this on his profile, and here we have a wealthy socialist being pampered while he claims to speak for the downtrodden.
Right.
I mean,
why wouldn't he be like the downtrodden?
Valid criticism, essentially, right? I see you lost the $1,500 glasses, but you're still wearing the expensive jewelry. Rich man just can't help himself.
Nope.
He always asks to be dripped out, of course. Anyways, remember when Hasan said he does not pay for any PR, everything, all these articles writing about the sweat beating off his chest?
Like, that's pure lies.
How gay men simply love thirsting.
Ew, that's so gross.
These are all organic, obviously. Taylor Lorenz is not behind the scenes. Well, turns out he's once again being promoted like crazy by various news sites. Slate really wants you to read their Hasan Piker articles.
Nah, I'm good.
Hasan Piker and how the Democrats are messing this up. Hasan Piker on how the Democrats are messing this up. The same tweet again? On Today, What's Next? Hasan Piker stops by to discuss Trump's foreign policy, Dems' failure to capitalize, and why he traveled to Cuba. Hasan Piker and how the Democrats... Oh my god. Hasan Piker on how... Oh, brother.
It's literally the same thing.
Twitter ads or like what is going on here? Because he just constantly gets promoted with the same zero-like tweets.
That's funny.
Talent agency is really working overtime to push all these glazing articles about him. Listen,
good luck with that, guys.
His agency doing this, or just a bunch of like unpaid glazers, right? There's a bunch of unpaid Hasan glazers as well. Who do this for free, right? We obviously got the Hasan orbiters who don't even get any help from Hasan, but consistently defend him, even when he completely abandons them in a lawsuit, right? So it really is just a level of derangement beyond anything. I didn't think Slate could go lower, but they did. Thank God Slate is a dying news outlet. I've actually never heard of them. He spent 1,000 Cuban salaries on PR each month. That's a good one. We got the cockroach repellent. Oh,
there you go.
Need to be packing. Moving on to Hasan losing a bunch of his lefty friends. Apparently, a lot of people are recognizing that he's not the best guy to associate with and essentially cutting him off.
That's good.
Politico surveyed 14 potential 2028 Democratic candidates on if they would go on Hasan's stream. 3 said yes, Ro Khanna, Gavin Newsom, and Emmanuel. 3 no, Cory Booker, Ruben, and Alyssa. Declined comment 2, did not respond. We got Kamala, AOC. New, Hasan is driving a wedge in the Democratic Party. The survey of 14 potential, only 3 definitively said they would. Right, so it turns
Not
out a
surprised
lot
there.
of people are distancing themselves from Hasan. Hasan was obviously really mad at his 2 favorite people, Zoran Mamdani and AOC,
So hilarious.
announcing the terrorist group Hamas, right? You can't be openly chanting your support for terrorist groups who rape and murder civilians, right? And use kids as human shields. That's just
exactly.
horrible. You can obviously criticize Israel or have your takes on politics or whatever, but
he's totally okay with you if you're going to criticize America, Israel, and any other like Western style country that, you know, doesn't pander to Muslims, doesn't pander to, you know, terrorist organizations and stuff like Hasan does, which is exactly why Mamdani, who is a Muslim mayor of New York, which is like primo attack for 9/11 that happened. And now, because of everything that he's been doing, he's already having people like fight against him when it comes to like his running of New York. And it's only going to get worse if he ties himself to Hasan. It's going to get so much worse. And AOC, I think this is the first smart thing she's actually done.
You know, supporting inhuman terrorist groups is just beyond anything, right? And that's something a lot of people just can't get behind.
Exactly.
They don't want to sabotage their political careers. For some time now, Democratic think tanks have advised to steer clear of extreme left-wing positions and activist rhetoric. Such stances could alienate swing voters and hand Republicans more ammunition in elections. Absolutely. If you want any chance of winning, you probably need to disavow Hasan Piker. It gets even worse. Michigan State Representative Kerry has withdrawn from the Hasan Piker rally. Main Democrat Senate candidate Grant
Abdul El Said.
An event. Progressive Victory calls a drop a scheduling conflict and a mistake on their part.
Smart.
So this person dropped out after Hasan Piker was slated to appear at the event. Who responded to supporting terrorism, dictatorship, and communism is finally becoming toxic on the left. Scheduling conflict. I don't know why these people won't just say, I don't want to be around an animal abuser, because that would be completely understandable.
I paused it at the right time. Oh my god, yes. But, like, these people, they're doing it strictly because they want to have some kind of career in politics, because they're seeing the way the country is going, okay? No matter what all these left-wing, liberal-style news outlets and, like, posters are saying that, like, you know, Trump's, like, all-time record low at the moment for, like, everyone being happy with him and everything. It's like, these polls are stupid. They are asked only to certain groups of people, not everybody. And they only ask a handful of people, so these polls are dumb, for one. And it's, like, only directed towards, like I said, a group of people that are only going to have a certain type of opinion. It's not like they went to, you know, liberal people and conservatives and said, hey, how do you think Trump's doing? Most people are actually relatively happy with the direction that the country's going. Minus a few things that are, like, a little like, okay, that's not cool, but still. It's smart to, like, step away from someone who literally says America deserved 9/11, Americans deserve to die, Americans deserve to, like, American soldiers deserve to have PTSD and not come home, and, like, all this other kind of crap. That was great. I love that.
Right, anyways, Hasan responded on stream and he is crashing out hard.
Yes.
The Michigan State Representative dropping events he's involved in cites Hasan.
He was supposed to do something with Bernie Sanders today.
Copying everybody else. Okay, this obviously comes from, like, I guess TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, or ADS, Asmongold derangement syndrome. So he's basically trying to, like, co-opt that language to seem cool.
Yes.
What they're gonna do with that? They're still gonna keep sharping. Also, like I said, this is extremely online. A Michigan representative dropped out of the Abdul event and people are claiming it's because of you. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I have no idea who the Michigan representatives are. Guys, there are malleable...
You don't know who the Michigan representatives are, and you were supposed to go there and do an event with them. That further shows why no one should do anything with you, Hasan. Like, this dude, within a year, probably at the end of this year, is probably no longer going to be on stream anymore.
Lower level politicians that can be pressured.
No one's smart enough to sign this dude.
I'm scared. I'm worried. Everyone's yelling at me. By the way, not that it matters, but apparently I didn't even know this was a Progressive Victory event until they released it. They've been constantly asking me to be a part of it for like the last week or so, and I was like, fuck it, why not? Sure. And Progressive Victory has revealed that the reason why Graham Platter didn't actually like back out, but had a scheduling conflict from the start, and that they released that he was going to be on it before actually getting his name on the before getting the full confirmation. And it's unbelievable, or I guess the most believable thing, that like all of these like Hasan derangement syndrome losers literally think that this dude is backing out an event that because I'm also participating in it. Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, of course. That's completely far-fetched. Hasan, not even your own friends can have you on the screen because you're
Right.
blacklisted from so many flipping sponsors like AT&T. I really don't
Right.
know why he insists that he's so non-controversial. Dude, of course people don't want
Yeah.
to associate with an open terrorist supporter. And this isn't even stuff you said like years ago. You reiterate your support like every other week. Just a couple of videos ago, you were saying how disappointed you were that and how jealous you were that you couldn't give a pro-terrorist speech. How insane is that?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's
That was
actually
ridiculous.
common sense for people and politicians in general to distance themselves from Hasan, right? If they actually want to win. Like, regardless if this particular guy did it for that reason, many other people have explicitly distanced themselves from you for that reason, right? In fact, just thinking back
For good
to your
reason.
own like podcast friends on YouTube, the Trash Taste guys, who are well liked by most communities, just because you were on their podcast, it became so controversial and hated. They literally had to blacklist you from future episodes.
Yeah,
that's literally
that's pretty
all
bad.
you, dude. Maybe if you shut your yapper once in a while.
A part of me is thinking the only reason why Hasan continues to do what he's doing is because he's being paid by a big name donor, but that donor, he's anonymous, so it's either his family, it is George Soros, it's somebody with a lot of money, right? And whoever it is having him go on here for 10 hours a day to stream and talk nothing but crap about the United States government, liberals, Democrats. He is just spreading hate and dissent and like division everywhere. So, and also the fact that he calls people Israeli agents and plants and all that. I think he's an Iranian plant. He's a Houthi plant. He is a Hamas plant. Because with someone who's benefited from America since his birth all the way until now, how can you hate this country so much? It makes zero sense at all unless, one, it was in your household. So, like, naturally, your mom and dad both hate America, okay? And it's coming from there. Or someone in your family is paying you an extremely amount of money to do what you're doing. And, I mean, you're inbred. We found that out. We don't know if your mom and dad are related, but we know your grandpa and grandma are. Your Uncle Chick actually admitted to that, which shouldn't have done that, but I bet it was going to come out at some point in time anyways. So, it just comes down to who is paying you the money. And now that I actually look at more Pegasus, I paused that at the right time, and he's like, huh. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous to sit there and act as if this dude isn't getting paid to sit here and do the stupid shit he's saying. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Makes no sense.
Like, holy shit, bro. This guy's working me to the bone. It's actual.
Or Hasan is just legitimately retarded. Like, he's either legitimately retarded or he's getting paid to do this. And I think that's what it is. He's getting paid to do this.
Unfair. But yeah, hilarious. He goes, oh, it's all Hasan derangement syndrome. What the hell does that even mean? Okay, some people just organically don't like animal abusers, right? Personally, I don't like people who shock their dog. Very controversial, guys. Right, so then he says that people are drama obsessed, obviously. They're all getting their opinions from slap-tubers. Slap-tubers are ruining my life.
Are you out of your fucking mind, dude? It's so crazy. It is so fucking crazy that dudes on the internet run on drama. They think that Grant Platter was like, oh my god, Hasan is going to be a part of this? I have to get the fuck out of this.
He might have.
And And there are, like, I'm seeing it. There's, like, people who legitimately think that this is the case. I think a guy like Grant Plattner has a lot more consequential red flags that he has to deal with personally, that he has dealt with successfully, as a matter of fact.
Right.
Being associated with someone like myself.
I have no idea who that guy is.
It's so funny. After literally calling him a fucking neo-Nazi for months, they fantasized a world where he was actually anti-me, and then they're like, okay, I guess he's not a neo-Nazi. He's good now. Like, it betrays your first principles. Like, you are so unprincipled. You literally just operate on fucking Hasan derangement syndrome, brother. I'm a goddamn Twitch streamer. Wake the fuck up.
Okay, that's gotta be a moment of Schrodinger's Twitch streamer.
Right.
I'm a respected political activist, an educated, on-the-ground journalist, right? But if you criticize me, and if you actually call me out for anything, well, I'm just a Twitch streamer. I'm an itty-bitty, I'm an innocent little Twitch streamer, guys. What do you even, what the heck? Why is anyone distancing themselves from me?
Alaska's energy.
I'm just a Twitch streamer. Oh, you know,
right.
Son. You know,
just a Twitch streamer,
yes,
my ass.
Twitch streamer, but you're also, unfortunately, a cult leader with a...
And a paid propagandist. And also a paid Houthi supporter. And a paid Hamas supporter. And a paid pro-Hezbollah supporter. So, yeah, no. You are not just a Twitch streamer.
A lot of influence. You're literally creating a cult of rabid terrorist supporters, potentially
there you go.
terrorists, and you're unironically ruining society one day at a time. Like anybody
yes.
who watches you, essentially, right? You know, without the aid of commentary videos, if they're watching 10-hour uninterrupted Hasan Biker streams, they're obviously losing IQ. You're degrading the
yep.
human. Listen, Hasan is kind of like if you see a cockroach in your house, right? You know, you can ignore it for a bit, but eventually it's gonna start laying eggs and fucking infesting your house, alright? You gotta permaban that shit before it ruins your house or society in this.
Yep, and once again, I'm one of those people, in general, if someone's a little edgy or, you know, has a diverse take of opinion, they definitely should not be banned or taken off the internet, such as, like, Tectone, right? He called people fat or gay, made jokes, right? That is something that you don't, like, ban somebody or take them off for, like, a week or a couple days. That's not something you do, okay? Now, if you have somebody on, you know, the internet, like Hasan, saying, oh, hey, we need to go out there and kill these capitalist pigs, or saying how easy it is to get explosive ordnance triggers and God knows whatever else from the Chinese government, and it'll deliver directly to your house, someone like that shouldn't be allowed to post anything on the internet, okay? Because clearly, especially if that person has millions of viewers, okay, and followers, the dude has a substantial amount of people who watch him, which is crazy, okay? So it comes down to the responsibility of using your voice and your words to not incite violence. Case in point, January 6th, right? Everyone said that Trump, he incited violence because he said we should fight, even though he literally said peacefully protest, peacefully let your voices be heard. Literally, if you watch the entire clip, peacefully heard. No matter what clip you find of Hasan, there's nothing about him talking about peace. He's always talking about fighting people, canceling people, or killing people. Hasan should not be on the internet, okay? I'm all for free speech as long as free speech is being done equally and fairly and impartially, not sitting there and going, oh, well, this person's kind of brown. They're kind of a minority, but they also have a lot of money, okay?
But yeah, that's why we need the Legendary series to counteract
and my
all the
epic
that
series
comes out of your mouth. Actually tell people the truth of the situation and, you know, have a good time while doing it, of course.
Hell yeah.
Because to nobody's surprise, he's now blaming it on Israel. He's something. Watch out, guys. He has a 5-second cooldown. This is broken. Riot Games, please nerf him.
As you guys are probably aware of, your boy is in the crosshairs by some of the most no-motion having people on the planet. Centrist Democrats, Israel First Democrats, and the like. ADL, AIPAC, all of these groups that have completely lost the public battle are trying to enforce their institutional muscle in the last...
The agent of Iran calling other agents of Israel out, I guess.
area a little bit of power. They do still have access to politicians, and they're using that access to politicians and
What are you doing?
Pestering them. And they have some media organs that will run these attack ads, especially if any of these politicians respond to the pressure and
sounds like him. He sounds like he's like talking about himself.
Actually release statements. The New York Times is not going to write an article because the ADL is saying I'm an anti-Semite, but the New York Times will write an article if, like, the ADL and AIPAC get a politician to say that I'm an anti-Semite. That's when it becomes, like, actually newsworthy, right? And they've seen a little bit of success in the process, but ultimately, this is not going to change public opinion at all. They've lost the...
Why can't you just simply say it's bad to kill innocent people? It's bad to kill people, period. Right? You should denounce any and all terrorist actions, period.
Public opinion. This is just them trying
to
enforce their institutional muscle with the only outlets that they possibly have.
I don't know, man. I
Dude.
feel like public opinion regarding Hasan is definitely changing, right?
Oh, big time.
Hasan's reputation compared to a few years ago is infinitely worse. And it's not really our fault, to be honest. It's not because of any SlopTuber drama videos. It's just himself doing dumb shit, right?
Yep.
We would have nothing to talk about. There would be no Reddit clips, Twitter clips, if he didn't, shock his dog live on camera or support terrorists for the 50th time. These are things that he does on his stream that everybody simply clips and shows to other people, and then he screams that it's out of context, and then he lies about stuff that is completely verifiable on camera over and over and over again, and cements his reputation as an untrustworthy person. But yeah, of course, he's alting again, going to his go-to move, Israel. I legit do not understand how this guy operates in the world anymore. Can you imagine, like, a day in the life of Hasan Piker? He orders McDonald's. The employee gets his order wrong. He accuses them of being agents of Israel. I swear, guys, Israel stole my last chicken nugget.
Israel did it.
It was there. It was definitely not.
I'm gonna just start calling Hasan agent of Iran. Like, Hasan's an agent of Iran. If he's gonna call random people agents of Israel, like the streamer Peanut and freaking Asmongold and all these other people, right? I'm going to try to coin this and make it Hasan, the agent of Israel. No, the agent of Iran. That's what he is.
No, my shower ran out of hot water. It must have been Israel. No,
Israel did it.
Miserable, pathetic fucking loser. It's Israel's fault. No. Dude, you're honestly such a joke, man. Like, stop overusing it. Like, people are just not going to fucking take you seriously anymore.
Hey, more Pegasus, what you and I should do is just start calling him an agent of Iran and see, like, how, like, flipped the dude gets. He's gonna get mad.
Anyway, so then he talks about collabing with politicians, and he says that
ain't gonna happen.
To help them. It's actually not to help Hasan.
Who saw his Bernie Sanders clip? That was hilarious.
To grow his status, to grow his viewership. It's actually for them. He's a selfless person.
Because they think, like, I need these politicians for legitimacy because they're operating in the old guard mentality. From their perspective, they're like, oh, dude, he's going to Vanity Fair parties. He's going on the New York Times. He's being given favorable coverage. We have to stop that. What they don't realize is I don't need the favorable coverage. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. And for politicians that appear alongside me, it's not necessarily beneficial for me at all. I just get a lot of endless amounts of hatred. It's actually beneficial for them. That's why I do it, regardless of the additional unjustifiable smears that I receive. So if there are politicians out there who actually get worried and are fearful of this kind of backlash and shy away from collaborating with someone like myself, well then, sucks to suck. As long as you still continue putting out good policies, I will most likely defend.
Anyone with, like, any hopes of having a career in, government are going to avoid you like you are the plague-ridden rats on ships during the Black Plague, dude.
I don't give a shit about politicians being my friend. I care about politicians doing the bidding.
You don't even care about your friends.
Of course. I'm just a selfless guy. I'm just trying to help people, Yeah, Hasan, the pathological liar and narcissist, he's actually doing it for you guys.
Right.
It's not for his own stream. It's not for his own numbers and credibility. I mean, he unironically thinks it's like a mutually beneficial relationship. I mean, I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
you get from Hasan.
Yeah, just like, a parasite. Oh, hey, I may be eating and drinking every kind of nutrient that you put into your body, making you skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, like a tapeworm, right? That's basically Hasan. Oh, but this is mutually beneficial for us.
Like, I guess you could get the terrorist vote. You could get the
Yep.
animal abuser vote.
Yep.
You could get the regard vote.
Under.
If you value that, then I guess it does boost your numbers a little.
There's a reason why
I'm
his
pretty sure
viewer
it
base
harms
is
him
like
more
18 to
long-term
like
because any
24.
logical, rational, reasonable person looks at you collabing with Hasan and goes, yeah, well, I don't trust you anymore, you know? I mean, the fact of the matter is, anyone caught hanging out with Hasan is just taken way less seriously, right? Their reputation is essentially damaged, sometimes permanently. I mean, look at how many friends he's just got in the crossfire. Look at Jillywig, for example. He isn't even a politician. He managed to damage his squeaky clean reputation, and he's a generally well-liked guy. He still is, but like when it comes to people like Hasan and him constantly,
He has some
defending
stupid
him,
takes, but I don't really know very much about him.
right? So then Hasan says that he's not controlled by anyone, and that's why he's trustworthy, right? He operates based off his own opinions.
Jonathan Greenblatt puts.
So this right here is probably exactly where I'm like, this dude's an agent of Iran and a paid terrorist sympathizer.
This smear out there because it's the Always Defaming League, and he's the head of the Always Defaming League. Hasan Piker has a long track record of commending and excusing terrorism. He routinely uses his platform to spread anti-Jewish tropes, amplify propaganda from designated terrorist groups, and promote toxic anti-Zionism. Despite the backdrop of intensifying anti-Semitism, Piker does all of this not only unapologetically.
Blame everything on Jews.
Dr. Abdul-Al-Sayed's decision to host campaign
it's literally you.
Piker is not just alarming; it's absolutely shocking. It reflects a broader trend: the dangerous normalization of anti-Semitism in our politics. This community is capable of getting reliable door knockers. This community is capable of improving a candidate's chances, even if it's marginal, and that this community and myself in particular am capable of creating and generating clicks around a politician. That's a terrifying prospect for a, multi-million-dollar influence peddling operation. I'm not a controllable entity. I don't have big donors. I don't correspond.
Don't have big donors, huh? Who pays for all your bills, Hasan, other than your Twitch streamer peoples, right? Because like your lifestyle is paid not just by them; it has to be paid by other people. Because this is ridiculous that you're this dumb, and you protect terrorists and people who murder innocent people for no reason. In particular, gays and trannies and lesbians, which is a group that you supposedly support.
To the needs of big donors. I have my own opinions that I'm very unapologetically distributing with regular frequency. That's terrifying.
Okay, listen, there are some accusations people make that Hasan is like a paid foreign agent, right? Because he's anti-America or whatever. But the thing is, I like to think that those are mostly memes, right? I don't think he's actually being paid. He's rich enough. I don't think he actually needs any more money. And even if
you're very young, my guy. Just look at who his family is. Look at who his uncle is, his mom and dad. The fact that they're inbred. Just look at where they come from and everything. It is like, a possibility that he's not, but then it's a possibility that he is. That's just fact.
If he does, I don't think
possibilities
enough to actually take it and expose him in that sense. And for the first time, I actually believe Hasan, right? That's
I don't.
The terrifying part, because he's organically insane. He isn't even being paid, right?
I think he is. That's why a 35-year-old has that much gray hair.
It's like, okay, this guy's motivated by money. Of course he's saying this shit.
Oh, I'm excited. My wife found the very first white hair on my head. White. I'm going white. I'm so happy. I was like, oh, please don't go gray. I want white hair.
He's getting paid to say this shit. But with Hasan,
call me Saint Nick, motherfucker.
He's an organic ray guy. He grew up like this. Bro was like this all along. It's in his fucking DNA. Born and bred to be a colossal ray guy. And
born and inbred.
Hasan really thinks this is like a gotcha. Yeah, Hasan, I'm not controlled by anyone. I'm not beholden to anybody. Except for your terrorist supporter community, of course. I don't know how it's a gotcha to say that, Hasan Piker, I decided to support terrorists on my own free will. You're insane, bro. Nobody does that. Hasan, you should write a book.
Which also tells you, is it his free will, or is someone telling him to do certain things? Like, hey, this is what we want you to do, and then just have at it. Bet he has free reign to be an idiot, but...
villain IRL. How to lead a cult audience of complete morons by Hasan Piker.
The reason why people are doing this is because I am unconditionally and uncompromisingly anti-Zionist. Mallory McMorrow is smart enough to slap anti-Semitism at the tail end of this content.
Anti-Semitism.
Smart enough to say, this is kind of anti-Semitic at the end of it, right? He's just saying offensive things just for.
How about stop hating people for like what they are, or technically who they are, like their race and all that, and don't like them for the actions and what they support. Okay, so just terrorism and hatred and division and vile shit that you are totally okay with there, buddy. Right? Not every Jew is evil. Not every Muslim is evil. Not every Christian is evil. Not every pagan is evil. Not every person on the planet is evil because of their religious backgrounds or even their cultural backgrounds. No, it comes down to morality. Religion has nothing to do with it. It's all about morals. And how do you stick with those morals? Okay? I'm a Norse pagan. I believe in honor, trust, dignity, and also the faith to stay strong in all that you believe, no matter your hardships. Okay? Everyone deserves respect, at least to a certain extent.
For clicks, he doesn't care about this stuff.
Oh, brother.
Ironic.
What the hell did this guy do before Israel? Honestly, like, I legit wonder, what was his excuse before Israel? He spams the shit like a Super Smash Bros. Combo. He's button mashing, bro. He's ulting on cooldown. You know what would be like a good competition? Who says the word more? Casey Tron saying the word incel.
Oh,
or
God.
Hasan saying Israel. Okay, now we got a competition.
I would say it'd be really relatively close.
Don't know. That's a tough one. That's a neck and neck flipping bloodbath right there. Somebody should actually
Ironically, I've never even heard of Casey Tron until the whole Hasan stuff started.
calculate that. Considering Casey says it like every single tweet, anytime she opens her mouth. Hasan also says Israel about 100 times a stream. It would actually be a competition. Truly life's greatest mysteries. Hasan's comment section is the funniest. Trump is super unpopular right now. Time to go after our left flank. Democrats. They hate their own party or something because they decided to criticize their god Hasan. You know that cultural relevance is burned when they feel they have to go manually after a streamer? People just don't want to win elections. Your idol literally tells people to not vote. What the fuck are you smoking? These smears are why I checked your channel out. They felt ridiculous and manipulative. Yeah, absolutely nobody is buying this. We know you're a day one Hasan supporter.
Right.
You're almost worse than MAGA. What the frick is this?
Right.
Disagree with Hasan, guys. The ideology of the Democratic Party is just soft fascist. Okay, so now they're fascist too. Everybody's a fascist. If you disagree
That's
with Hasan,
funny.
you're a fascist.
So
many
fucking
people have
funny.
effortlessly fallen for the smear campaigns that it makes my blood boil. Maybe you should fall for it too, pal. Maybe try watching an episode of the legendary series.
This is why being
This
smart
absolutely
is
lovely.
like very
Seeing
important.
Hasan fans so mad, I mean, it really just makes my day. How
Oh,
can
yeah.
you smear someone who just wants people to have free healthcare and a better quality of life? Imagine describing Hasan as
Free
this,
healthcare. Where do you
"Who
think that
just
money
wants
comes
free
from?
healthcare?
It's not
He
free.
just wants a better quality of
More
life."
taxes.
So,
We're already
what
being
part of
taxed
shocking
like
Hasan
crazy.
is leading to this, actually? Fucking moron. If the future of the Democratic Party isn't Hasan Piker, the Democratic Party has no future. I think we're at the point where we need to seriously pursue a third party, okay? So this is what
No.
I'm talking about.
Technically, we do
This
have
is a
other
complete
parties.
fucking cult. They don't want to win elections or support Democrats or they don't want to do any of that. They just want to make their own fucking cult here of Hasan Piker loyalists, right? It's insane you admit this. Israel at it again. Okay, fan like creator, I suppose. To those who attempt to smear Hasan. Fuck! I don't even know what that means. Sure. Anyways, moving on to Hasan being cancelled by even more universities. Last time it was Stanford, now it's
Michigan.
State here.
That's
Basically,
ironic.
A bunch of Jewish students are saying that he's anti-Semitic and they don't want him to speak at their campus, right? Apparently he's
Hey.
scheduled to do it in April.
Totally.
MSU
That's good.
Newspaper, Jewish student groups deeply troubled by upcoming campus visits by Hasan Piker. Popular Lips commentator was stumped without publicized U.S. Senate campaign. A group representing Jewish students at Michigan State University. Dude, I'm sorry. I can't take this sincerely. Whenever Israel feels threatened, they launch a multi-pronged
There it is.
approach.
There it
They
is.
launch a multi-pronged approach, and it's fucking utter nonsense. These Jewish student groups are not doing this because they're like sincerely afraid. They're just doing it because they have the name Jewish slapped onto it, but they're actually there to defend.
Dude, your fan base is a bunch of psychos, man. Like, literally, one of your Hasan, like, fans literally lit a factory on fire in Ukraine or somewhere. Now, granted, it wasn't technically Hasan's fault, but one of your followers did it, and you can guarantee it's because they heard your rhetoric about, fascism and take it to the capitalist pigs and shit like that. So,
The interest
yeah,
of
no.
Israel. That's it. It's ridiculous.
Agents of
It's
Israel
absolutely ridiculous.
every time.
No, I got Jewish Hasan heads at MSU.
Wait, what the fuck? Hasan, didn't you literally just say that you shouldn't conflate Jews and Zionists? And here you are.
Oh, he's
reading
just-
an
he's an
article
idiot.
about how Jewish students are uncomfortable with you speaking at their university because of your statements, and then you
Such
go,
an idiot.
Well, Israel is sending its biggest glazers, essentially. Israel is using a multi-pronged approach. Dude, these are regular ass like Jewish students in America, dude. What is the relevance here?
They
You are
probably get
literally
enough shit
never
at school
beating
from people like
anti-Semitism
his fan
allegations.
base.
It's actually nuts. Anyways, then Hasan says that he believes in people. He believes in
Right.
the intrinsic goodness of the human race, guys.
Totally.
I believe that people are, at the end of the day, honest and kind and open-minded. Okay, they can.
You're not.
They have that capability, right?
You
All
don't.
they need to do is come here and listen to what I have to say. And they
Dude,
very quickly
no one wants to
realize
watch your
that
10-hour
they can let
streams.
it straight.
Yes, of course. All they need to do is to subject themselves to 10 hours of a Diddy Piper stream.
No, thank you.
That's like saying all you need to do is waterboard yourself. All you need to do, guys, is pluck out your nails one by one for 10 hours a day. Yeah, that's not great advice. Ain't nobody doing that, okay? And I really can't think of anything more disheartening than Hasan Piker going, I believe in you. I believe in your goodness. You know, this is kind of like Chancellor Palpatine believing in Anakin Skywalker. I believe in you. You're the chosen one, you know? Now go slaughter those babies.
Yep.
I believe in you. I Hasan Piker believe. And I believe that I can nurture you into a full-on terrorist supporter. A full-on dog shocker. Lovely. Anyways, then he gets compared to Nick Fuentes.
This is gonna be great.
This is happening a lot now because a lot of people seem to believe he's an anti-Semite. I wonder why, of course.
McMorrow slams El Sayed for campaigning with Hasan Piker, compares Piker to Nick Fuentes.
Yes.
Michigan State Senator.
I mean, Nick Fuentes is a racist, much like Hasan is, right? Both generally can have a good way of talking. That's both of them. Doesn't mean they have good points. Sometimes they do have relatively decent points when it comes to certain kind of subjects. But at the same time, when it comes to the belief of that subject.
Mallory McMorrow, who's running a tight three-way Democratic primary for U.S.
But yeah, they're both racist.
For his decision to campaign with the far-left political streamer Hasan Piker.
He be white supremacist. He's a, like, I don't know what you would call him, a supremacist, but he does not like people.
In April, it is somebody who says extremely offensive things in order to generate
Both
clicks
Nazis,
and followers,
technically.
which is not entirely different from somebody like Nick Fuentes, McMorrow told Jewish Insider in an interview Thursday, referring to the neo-Nazi podcaster. Piker is the exact opposite of someone I'd be campaigning with, a sentiment McMorrow echoed. Good. This is a good thing. This draws ideological boundary. It's crazy that all of these people that are giving statements to Jewish Insider have never met me, have never heard what my opinion is, and they're just literally responding.
Dude, you post your opinion every single day. What are you talking about?
Without knowing anything about me. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. Like with Nick Fuentes, at least I'm sure they've heard shit about Nick Fuentes. They could have done their due diligence.
Dude.
They could have looked it up.
Right, so he's saying that, oh, they know nothing about me. They haven't, met me personally. They haven't talked to me. That's not, nobody needs to talk to you personally. They can literally just see the clips of you on the internet, right? They
God.
probably watched the legendary series.
And the epic series.
Every human on planet Earth except Hasan viewers, of course.
Yep.
And simply, cinema, they can't stay away. And I just find it incredibly ironic that this guy's complaining about, oh, people are shitting on me and they know nothing about me. Buddy, you do this all the time. You called me a Jeffrey supporter. Like, what the fuck? That's based on literally nothing. It's the opposite, right?
More Pegasus is pro Dean? Oh, hell yeah. That's great.
Like, you don't know anything about the people you talk about either. And I'm literally your favorite channel. You said it yourself,
More Pegasus made 12 videos about you in the past few days. I love that guy. That guy is my favorite YouTuber, honestly.
But yeah, you like routinely smear people with random names, random like slanderous things like, oh,
Yep.
they're a PDF file. I feel like this is just karma, except this is more accurate because your statements are very anti-Semitic, right? Even
Very.
if it's completely unrelated to Israel. So then
Yep.
Hasan says that he's never going to stop, and that this is somehow good publicity.
Candidates to be afraid of like aligning with me. I don't give a shit. It's not gonna stop me from doing commentary. You know what I mean? I'm a political commentator. I'm gonna keep doing political commentary. And these kinds of smears are not only ineffective, but they actually boost my profile in general. In a statement to the State News on behalf of MSU Hillel, Vice President of the Jewish Student Union, Skylar Elbinger, wrote to the President Piper, whom the group called a known anti-Semite at the rally, would create a hostile environment for Jewish students on campus by threatening their security and belonging. Unbelievable. So gross. What a gross thing to f***ing say. What a gross and cynical thing to say. At a time when Jewish students are experiencing heightened fear and vulnerability in the wake of the recent attack on Temple Israel in West Bloomfield, this choice is especially concerning, this statement read.
Oh yeah, so he goes, oh yeah, this is actually a good thing, right? People shitting on me, it's a good thing. And then immediately after, he goes, this is gross.
How dare they say this about me? It's not true.
Hasan, you know when you're bullshitting, you kind of got to stick to a story, right? You got to
That's
stick
impossible
to a
for
narrative
him.
of whether you're unbothered or whether you actually hate this. Moving on to the White Hasan, aka iDubbbz.
Oh God.
He decided to take a break from, watching from the corner of his hotel room, and he's decided to defend his god Hasan now. He's going over Hasan's Cuba trip and somehow defending it.
So I think what we'll do is we'll start it here, right? And we'll go with iDubbbz defending Hasan, which is crazy considering the fact that literally iDubbbz's wife literally calls iDubbbz ugly. She doesn't want to have babies with iDubbbz, and I think they're divorced technically anyways. But literally, iDubbbz's wife was fawning over freaking Hasan right in front of him. How can you defend that? But anyways, check out the full form video where Pegasus, Hasan's friends, are turning on him big time. And we will get back into it. Remember, check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90 for 10% off store-wide. Later, guys. Stay free, America. Love you.